What's up, D.O.P.E family? What's good? What's popping with y'all today? So listen, I got a quick message. I'm going to try to make this as quick as I possibly can. So this morning I heard God say, it's time to let it go because staying too long will cost you. So God is saying he's speaking to you. He's been speaking to somebody. You know who you are. Now listen, this message is not for everybody. So you need to take it back to God, pray about it, and allow God to confirm to you if this is in regards to you, if this applies to you in your situation. But I'm just a messenger, so I'm putting it out there the way that God gave it to me. Okay? So God is saying, he's been talking to you. He's been speaking to you. He's been giving you all kind of signs. He's been confirming it. He's done everything, but you're still not listening. God is saying it's time to let it go. It's time to move on. He has given you instructions. He has been talking to you through other people. He has sent words, everything. But God is saying you're still not getting it. You're still not listening. Now listen. I know how that feels. I've been in that situation. I've been in relationships that God has told me to leave, and I did not. I stayed, and it only caused me more pain, more heartache, turmoil, all of that drama. I've been in friendships that God has told me to leave. I did not. I stayed too long, and it only drained me. I've been at jobs where I was supposed to be going, leaving. I've stayed, and it only caused me misery. Listen, when God is telling you it's time to go, it is time to go. You need to leave. You need to move. God may be telling you to go somewhere, to move physically to another location. He may even be calling you to move to another state. Whatever it is, God is saying it's time to go. You may even be in a marriage that God is saying it's time to go. A job. A business. Like God is calling you to leave something, a place, a person, a space, a thing, whatever it is. God is saying it's time to go. He said it's time to let it go because it's only going to cause you more misery. It's only going to cause you more damnation to your spirit, to your relationship with God. It's only going to cause you to move further away from God because of your disobedience and because you're not listening or you're not wanting to listen. God is saying sometimes our emotional attachment to a thing will cause us to not be able to discern what he's saying to us clearly because we're so emotionally invested to a person, place, thing, idea, to a space, to a business, to whatever it is. God does not operate on time. So God doesn't care about time invested. God doesn't care about any of that. When it's time to go, it's time to bounce. You feel me? When God is telling you it's time to go, you need to listen to him because God knows best. God has his reasons for whatever it is he's telling you to leave, whatever he's telling you it's time to go. You may not understand why. You may not know why. But when God will give you a reason why, even if he's saying just go, he'll give you instructions and he'll show you why along the way. So my thing is listen to God, follow his instructions because staying in a situation too long will hurt you. It will harm you. It will hurt your spirit. It will hurt your feelings. It can cause misery. It can cause you physical hurt. It can cause something that God already sees ahead of us. So like even with a job, God may be telling you it's time to leave that job. But because you've been there for so many years, you're feeling like, well, God, like this is my livelihood. This is this is all I know. This is where my bread and butter comes from. This is my money flow. This is how I pay my bills. And God may be saying, yeah, I know this. Like, he know that. He know. But God is trying to get you to move to something better. He will never cause you to go backwards. If he's telling you to leave a job or leave a person, leave a place, it's because he is always going to do something better. He always has something better for you. Because apparently where you are, the situation you're currently in is no longer benefiting you. It's no longer serving you. It's no longer glorifying God. It's nothing. It's just in vain. You're there. You're just taking up space, or they're taking up space, but you're not growing. Nothing. You're just there. And God is saying, no, it's time out for that, because he is calling his people to go higher. He's elevating his people. He is calling you to a different area, to a different space. He has something else he needs for you to do. So you need to listen to God. You need to ask God to give you the spiritual discernment that you need. Ask him to give you the strength and the peace with the move. You feel me? Because it's not always easy to just move from a situation, to just leave a situation. Whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter what it is. God may be telling you it's time to cut that tie with that friendship. You know what I'm saying? Because God sees what we don't see. And even though you've been friends, you know what I'm saying? You may be like, we've been friends for so long. That doesn't matter. If God is saying, cut it, it's time to cut it. You feel me? If God is saying let it go, let it go. Because eventually, when you don't let it go, you're going to see just why God has been saying let it go. It's going to start to weigh heavy on you. It's going to start to drain you mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, everything. It's going to start draining you. It's going to start causing misery in your life. God is not going to bless you in an area that he has already told you to leave, told you to move from. And this actually is, God is bringing this to my spirit about Elijah, when God told Elijah to go to the brook, and he would cause ravens to feed him and to drink from the brook. But when it was time for Elijah to go, when God was moving Elijah to another area, God caused that brook to dry up. Meaning, Elijah, it's time for you to go to another area that I'm sending you. And that's what God is saying in your situation. He has caused things to dry up in your life. You're wondering why it seems like you cannot make it. You're wondering why it seems like you're having hard times, why you cannot get ahead, why it seems like you're always in lack, why you're falling behind, even though like you're at a job. You may be working so many hours, but it still seems like you can't get ahead. It seems like you're still like just barely making it. You may be in a relationship where, even though, you're trying to give it your all, or you've been with them for so long, it seems like nothing is working out. You may be in a space where you're arguing. You may just not have any peace, and you're wondering why you don't have peace. It's because God is saying it's time to go. You may be in a business, and your business is not flourishing. It's not growing, and you're trying to find a different way to market your business. You're wondering why, you're feeling like, well, God, you called me to this thing, but why am I not growing in this thing? But God is saying, there are some times that he will cause you to do something only for a season. He may have allowed you to do this thing. He may have allowed you to cross paths. He may have only, given you this task for a specific amount of time, or for a specific season. But once that season is over, once you served your purpose in that area, it's time to go. You feel me? And so God is saying right now, he's telling you it's time to go. Your time is served. It's well spent. And it's time for you to go. Now, like I said, I don't know who this word is for. My only advice to you is to be obedient and listen to the voice of God. If you want to grow in every area of your life, if you're trying to actually be in alignment with God, grow, elevate, and move, you know what I'm saying, to higher levels, then you got to listen to God. Like you have really got to listen to him. I don't care what emotional attachment you got, because like God said, sometimes our emotional attachment to things and situations and places and all that will cause us to miss opportunities. It will cause us to not really hear or discern what God is telling us, because we are emotionally attached. And because we are emotionally attached, we're not trying to hear what God has to say. We're not trying to listen. You feel me? Like we be like, we be trying to tell God what to do. We be trying to tell God, like, I know what you saying, but God, I know what you saying, but I don't want to move. I don't this. I got years in this and this and that or the other. And God will sit back and let you stay right where you are and be miserable, because God is not going to bless you in an area where he has already told you it's time to go. You feel me? So I'm just a messenger. I'm giving it to you the way God gave it to me. Listen, God love you. Your dope sister love you. But always make sure that you're loving on you and you are only dope because God is dope. Don't ever play with him. Period. I love y'all. Y'all be blessed and I will see y'all on the next video. Okay? Peace.